Hi everyone, Ben Knight here from Knight Affordable Housing Solutions. Just wanted to start creating a more online presence so that I can let you guys know what we do, what we're capable of, how we do things, that kind of thing. So basically we were trying to focus on building more affordable housing for folks, and that typically looks like smaller housing, but it can be, average size, normal size housing, just at a more affordable price, more flexible process, that kind of thing. Just getting started here. I've been doing this a few years, so we're still kind of getting our name out there, getting some experience, things like that. But my philosophy really is anybody can do this. This isn't hard work. This isn't real complicated. We like to, certain people like to make this look a little harder than it really is so they can charge lots of money, things like that, but it's really not that complicated. It is time consuming and there are a few things you got to do, but I really honestly and firmly believe that anybody can do this work. I started doing this a few years ago, building a tiny house on wheels, 8 by 20 on a trailer. It did take a long time and it was more involved than I thought, but it is totally doable. Lots of YouTube channels out there and videos and books and things like that to teach you, but so it is doable. You can do it. We can help you, or we can do it for you at affordable price if you can't do it yourself, if you don't have the time or whatever have you. So I'm going to walk you through a project that I'm working on now. I recently signed with a contract with a customer to build them in a shed. Technically it's a shed. They're going to use it more as a kind of like a mock tiny house or a living space in their backyard in the summer, warmer months and things like that, to escape the normal things going on in their own house. And so it's going to be a 10 by 12. She wasn't real picky and real clear on what she wanted, so I kind of came up with something for her. I came up with this design here. So this is what I'm looking at here. It's, like I said, 10 by 12. You can kind of see the basic layout here. This is the floor plan. It's going to have a door in the front, 36-inch door, and a couple of 2 by 3 windows here, one in the back and 2 in the front. I didn't show them on this floor plan here. And then a staircase, like you kind of walk in, go up the stairs this way, up into the loft. And so there will be I'm going to call it a full loft. It's going to have probably about an 18-inch wall, little knee wall here, and it goes up to about 4 feet tall. And I designed that loosely based on another project I did. I'll show you in a second. But so you can kind of see what we got going on. We got a window up in the top. This is sort of the 3D picture here. 2 windows on each side. She has a dog, so she wanted to include a dog door on the side. She's going to have a fence kind of going off, from here on this side of the building. And then on the back side, you can kind of see here another window on the loft and a window on the first floor. And so fairly straightforward. Again, 10 by 12. The first floor, what I did on the previous build that I did in my backyard was I took an 8-foot 2x4 and I basically made it the proper length that it needed to be, the minimum height in the first floor, which I think was like 6.5 feet. So I cut the studs to something like, I think it's 79 inches I did on this project. And whatever was left, I think it's like what's that work out to be, 17-inch piece on the end, I used to frame up a little mini knee wall on the second floor on the loft. And it just kind of works out well. It uses up the spare excess lumber, so it saves a little bit there, and just kind of overall works pretty well. So that's kind of what I'm looking at there. Let me show you what it loosely was based on. It was my previous project that I built in my backyard. Was this one? It was an 8 by 8 little building I just built in my backyard. It was basically an office. On the first floor has a little desk in it, and then a full loft upstairs. This one had a much higher pitch, and I don't like working with real steep pitches, but so I made this one a little bit different. But that's basically, you can kind of see the inside a little bit. So I'll probably do a ladder similar to this one. We'll go over it with the customer when the time comes, but that's kind of the concept of what we're thinking about doing at the moment. So that's roughly what we're looking at doing. The first day, so I'm on day 5 now at this point. Excuse me. So I'm on day 5 at this point now, but the first step was to, of course, find exactly where she wanted it. She has the house, which is pretty small to begin with. It's like a 600 or 700 square foot house, I think, with a little deck in the back, and she wants it kind of in the back of that down beyond. So I kind of lined it up with the corner of her house, and it's kind of how she wanted it. So we had to shovel some snow out there. I put down some 6x6 runners, and then started building the 10x12 floor on top of that. And I've got some of the videos to start showing you how we started that process and how that looks. But I really just wanted to kind of document this build, so you can kind of see first how I do things, how easy it really is, and how anybody can really do this, and how quick it really is. I think at this point we're on day, I've probably got 4 or 5 half days in, something like that. And I just finished sheathing the walls and putting the subfloor down on the loft. And we're going to start building the knee walls for the loft and maybe the roof today if we have some time. I got some things I got to do, but that's kind of the idea right now anyway. So it's moving along pretty quickly. I think in probably about 2 weeks I should have the shell pretty well done. And so yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking to do, is just to show you guys what we can do. If we can help you out, I'd love to talk more about it. Looking at a project with you guys, see if you guys need help building your own, or if you want us to build it for you. Be more than happy to talk with you, check out your site, and give you some prices. I have several full house builds scheduled for the spring and the summer, but we've got some room in the late summer and fall, and for next year as well. Love to chat with you more about that. Please check out our website, www.knightaffordablehousingsolutions.com, or give me a call, 603-313-1504, and be more than happy to check out what you got going on and see if we can give you a price and get you figured out and see if we can help you out. We're located out of New Hampshire currently, southern New Hampshire, and we do some Vermont, and within a couple 2 or 3 hour radius of southern New Hampshire, but we are looking at possibly extending into Massachusetts at some point and across the country if there's something get going on at another state. As long as we can figure out the logistics and look at prices and local laws and permitting and things like that for licensing contractors and such, I'd be more than happy to take a look at that for you. So that's where we're at, and hope you like this video, and I hope you like the future videos. The other one's going to be much more hands-on. Of course, you'll be able to see more of the process and what we're doing. But if you guys have suggestions, thoughts, ideas, please leave them in the comments below, or let me know, or contact me individually, and I'd love to hear some feedback. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the videos.